Hey, good morning, everybody. And I am here today for your new build update on Mondays, as I am every Monday. So I wanted to show you, we always talk about the neighbor that's being built right now in terms of the progress. And this is what's happening right now. So I have a doorbell camera and it shows me what's happening outside. So you can see there's the framing crew is out there. They started working last week and they are in full bore moving and they're putting in rim joists right now. So you can see them walking there. So clearly right now they can't walk across, but by the end of the day, they should probably have the rim joists up and the plywood down. So there's an actual floor. And we're still trying to decide if this is actually going to be a bungalow or a two-story. Can't quite tell yet. They did frame in the windows on the side, which you can't see here. And then with this being the last lot between all the developed homes, they have everything smushed into the lot and locked up at night and over the weekend because there's nowhere else to put it. So it's interesting watching that house come up, and it gives us an idea of what's going on, especially if you're thinking about building, what's the next step. So the framing step is going to happen. I'm guessing it will be done by the end of this week, if not early next week. All the framing will be done. Things go quite quickly at this stage. So, at the beginning, before you get to this stage, it feels like it's going to take forever. And then the framing stage makes you think it's going to be really fast. But don't be alarmed, because it's not going to be as fast as you think either, because there's a lot of stuff that happens once the house gets closed up, and then you don't get to see the progress as much anymore. So today I'm going to talk to you about how do you choose a builder. I get asked this question a lot, and I just thought, as a realtor who works with a lot of new build deals, that I would talk to you about how we choose a builder. Now, it's really important that when you are working with a realtor that works with builders, that you check with them how many new build deals they do, what their experience is, because it's important to know what value they can give you to help give you that guidance. As realtors, we have access to all of our colleagues across the board. My office has a couple hundred agents, and of course there's 3,200 agents in Edmonton roughly. So there's a lot of people that we can talk to. We hear a lot about the goods and the bads of the different builders, different client stories, either good or bad. So it's important to work with an agent who's able to find that information out for you, even if they don't know it. For us, we do have a lot of experience with the good and the bad. And unfortunately, we don't like the bad. However, we make sure to pass that along to whoever we're working with to make sure that they don't go down that same path. In this video, I'm not going to slam any of the builders because it's not my job to do that, especially on social media. If you're curious to know which is a good builder specifically for yourself, feel free to send me a direct message. It's really difficult for me to say things unless I actually go and see the property, the lot, the build, all those things. Things can change over time, and it's important to take a look at more than just the reputation. Reputation is very important. Of course, you can go onto Google reviews, but you do know that most people complain on Google reviews, so it's maybe not the best place to look for reviews and seeing if the builders are the best people to work for. So what do you look for when you choose a builder? One of the things I always say is look beyond the show home. The show home is supposed to be their showcase. So there is two sides to this coin. One, take a look at the show home in terms of making sure it showcases well. If it doesn't showcase well, that's a red flag, because this is their flagship thing to house to get you excited about building with them. So if there's flaws that you're already seeing in the show home, that's a big red flag, and you probably may not want to consider working with them, because if they can't even take the care to do their show home, big red flag. But if the show home looks amazing, which usually they do, I want you to look beyond the show home. Don't just get distracted by all the fancy things that you see in the show home, because that's not what your house is going to look like unless you're planning to spend that kind of money. The other thing too is show homes are built very quickly. And so you need to know and check and see if everything's been done properly. When we go into show homes, a lot of my clients get distracted by all the pretty things, which is their job. That's what the staging does, is you get distracted by the cool furniture, the look of the house, the decor. but we want to look at the core. So when I walk in the show home with you, I will show you and point out the different things that we're going to compare show home to show home, builder to builder. And we're not going to just look at the decor. Actually, we're not going to look at the decor at all. We're going to look at, yes, the finishings, but not the interior design, because that's not going to stay. So we will look in the basement. I will point out some things to look at for that. There's different codes. The codes are all the same across the board for city, but each builder has their different standards. So I want to show you the different standards that each builder has and what's important to you. Are you willing to pay for the higher standards? Are you wanting to cheap out on that because you don't really find it significant? It's important that the structure of the home and the bones of the home is built very well. There's always going to be issues with the home because you've got multiple trades in there. We have human error. However, we want to check customer service. How is the aftercare service? So the sales rep may be really nice, but who's the person you're going to be talking to after? How likely are they going to come to help you fix those things? Because there is the warranty. That's really important in terms of looking at how to choose a builder as well, is the after service, of course, and the sales rep. The sales rep is the one that's going to be with you the whole way. So am I. I'm stuck. You're stuck with me the whole way to make sure that that process is going to be smooth. We've done this a million times before, so maybe not a million, but a lot of times, so that we will actually be able to help you through and know what to expect. Every builder is different, so you know that there's some standard things that happen, but then there's some little variances. And so we can kind of walk you through so that you're not wondering if you're missing a step or not, because it's impossible to know if you've only ever built a house once or twice. It's hard to know if you're actually getting the services that you need to be getting, if you're looking for the things you should be looking for. So make sure when you're looking for the builder, just find out what their process is, find out if they're realtor friendly. Big thing, like I said before, is make sure you bring me into the show home with you before you go in. It's really important. And you can also take a look online to get a feel of the different layouts that they have to offer. The other thing of how do you choose a builder is if you're wanting a certain location. For example, if you want to live in Rosenthal, there's only so many builders that build there. There's not very many new neighborhoods that allow you to bring in whatever builder you want. If we're talking about infills, because we were just talking about, I was mostly referring to suburban new build outside of the Anthony Henday Ring Road. If you're looking at infill builders and you're looking at buying a place in the city, taking it down and then building and figuring out how do I choose a builder there, that's a completely different process because there's no show homes that you can walk into. You have to figure out from their online presence and your realtor guidance who to go with. So you want to for sure look up the reputation. You for sure want to make sure you can see the quality of build. If they don't have any houses to show you, that's a bit of a red flag too. I know that the smaller builders don't build as much, but they should have a portfolio and they should have some referrals. So it's really important that we take a look at that together if that's the road you're going down, because choosing a builder is so important. You're entering not just that 1-year relationship with them, you're going to be living in the home that they're building for you. So you want to make sure all that's checked out. If you have any questions, because I know this video isn't going to be super long, comment down below as to the things that you're wondering about when choosing a builder. And I'd be happy to either answer online or offline. And if you want to do a consult, we can talk even more honestly. If you want like the goods, the complete goods, then working with me, all my clients get all the lowdown when we work together. So I hope you have a great day, and we'll talk to you guys next week, and we'll see if that house next door is all framed up. Bye, guys.